family. Welcome back to the Raising the Vibe channel. Thank you for joining me today. I would ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be made aware of every time I post a new video, just hit the notification bell so you'll get that notification every time. Today, what I want to talk about is the media, how the media is used to feed us programming that supports the matrix of white supremacy, and how the media outlets in this country are controlled by a very small handful of corporations. It is an illusion of choice. So it would appear that we have multiple cable channels, regular TV channels, music or record companies, companies that publish books, but in reality, all of those companies all across the country are consolidated in the hands of approximately 6 corporations. That means that 6 corporations, the executives at 6 corporations, are controlling about 90% of what Americans watch, read, and hear in their music. And obviously, this is a really important point because we think that we have access to a variety of sources for our news and entertainment, but in reality, we are receiving programming that is designed by a very small handful of executives. And a video I saw that really highlighted this and highlighted the importance of it was about Christmas shopping. And the anchors, the news anchors, were saying information that one would think was ad-libbing, something off the top of their heads, that they're just contributing to a news story. But this video showed a multitude of anchors across the country saying the same so-called ad-lib, which was something to the effect of, you can admit it if you've bought 1, 2, or maybe 10 items for yourself. And they're talking about you doing this while Christmas shopping. And one after another anchor said it. Now today, in doing some research in connection with this video, I looked for that. And what I managed to find was a segment of a Conan O'Brien show. So it has a laugh track attached to it, but the point is still made, and he is still displaying all the anchors across the country saying the same so-called ad-lib, which really highlights the fact that it's scripted and that the news you are getting is the news that these executives want you to be fed. I will place the Conan O'Brien link in the description box so that you can take a look at it for yourself. It's appalling. It really is. But the point that I want to focus on here today, and of course I've taken some notes just to make sure I hit the major points, is that currently there are 6 major corporations that own 90% of the news outlets and the media outlets in this country. And those are AT&T, which recently bought Time Warner, Sony, which owns Columbia Pictures, Comcast, Disney, which has an estimated worth of $130 billion, News Corp, and Viacom CBS, which merged together last year in 2019 and is controlled by National Amusement, which also owns approximately 950 movie theaters throughout the country. So all of that power for programming for Americans, what we see in movies, what we see on television, what we hear in music, what we read in books, all of that is concentrated in the hands of the executives at 6 corporations. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, Viacom CBS, and let me make a note here that I've done some research to get the various media channels that are owned by each of these 6 corporations, but it changes so much that is difficult to even keep track of, because initially Viacom and CBS were both major media conglomerates, but now Viacom and CBS have merged together. So it's a constantly changing scene, but at the same time, what has not changed is the concentrated power in the hands of a small group of companies. Back 35 years or so ago, they were controlled by 50 companies, and today we're looking at 6. Okay, so Viacom CBS owns CBS News, television, radio, etc., as well as the Nashville Network, CMT, Showtime, CNET, TVGuide.com, Simon & Schuster, which is a major publisher of books, Paramount Pictures, BET, Comedy Central, VH1, MTV, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., Spike, Centric, TV Land. Then we have Comcast, which owns Xfinity Cable, Bravo, the Sci-Fi Channel, Sprout, Oxygen, the Golf Channel, Telemundo, USA Network, E! Entertainment, NBC, CNBC, BuzzFeed. We have, for example, Sony, which owns Columbia Pictures, TriStar Pictures and Television and so forth, Sony Pictures, Jeopardy Productions, Crackle Plus, Columbia Records, Epic Records, RCA Records, Arista Records, EMI Music Publishing. We have AT&T, which owns DirecTV, HBO, Warner Brothers, CNN, the CW, the Cartoon Network, TNT, and Cinemax. And all of these companies are involved in advertising, broadcasting, news, print publications, digital media, motion pictures, and music. So it's important for you to realize that when you're looking at the news, watching the news, thinking that you're learning the truth about what is going on, it's important to understand that what you're actually watching is what these corporations and the people that run them want you to believe is going on. The bottom line, family, is that you cannot trust these resources to bring you news that is actually true. You have to question everything. You have to go beyond the news and do your own research, because it's just another form of programming. A lot of it, right now, we're in the COVID-19, coronavirus pandemic, and a lot of it is fear-mongering to make you afraid, to make you stay in the house and compromise your immune system. So you're being fed a steady diet of there's a spike here, there's this, there's that, this number of people died, this number of people have it. And I don't have anything to say about the realities of COVID or the realities of the coronavirus. What I do have to say, and what I am advising you, is to take the news with a grain of salt, to realize that the pictures you're watching are presenting programming that is important to these corporations and those who run them, that upholds the matrix of white supremacy that has held us down. Question everything. Think about what's in the pictures, why, in the movies is what I'm talking about, why it may be there, what's in the television programming, why it is put there, why one would want you to have that point of view. And so the programming is related to the things that are happening in society, the things that they want to expose you to, that they want to desensitize you to, in order to promote their agenda. And the bottom line of all of it is just to be aware of what's going on and to not be misled. The media is consolidated in the hands of a very small number of individuals who are primarily responsible for what you see, you read, you hear, you watch, and you need to be aware of that and you need to question everything. I hope you found this video informative and that it helps you as you move forward in life. Love and light, family. Peace and love.